Good evening, everyone. My name is Tom. My name is Edgar, and this is Mystcon. It is time again for the late night creepy stories. So I hope you'll hang out with me a bit while I read this unnamed submission. Written in June of 1996. He walks outside the house through the front door and sits on the porch stairs. He faces a main road in the evening of a Saturday. He carries with him a bottle of water, a pack of cigarettes, a lighter, and a joint. He lights the joint. He thinks about a book that he read about a curse that made men's skin sensitive to everything. He remembers a specific scene in the book where the man was at the bar and was angry about something. He slams his fist on the counter and blood splashes everywhere, and he could see the bone. He continues to smoke and thinks about how fragile the human body is. He concludes the fact that all his sufferings are brought on by himself, and that the goddess did not give him these things. She gave him tools, his life, his brain, etc. And he took joints and cigarettes and no money and no job. He wonders if he is evil. If he is actually judged, what would intelligent beings decide? Suddenly, someone throws something out of their window as they drive by. His now more aware eyes focus on the object that landed in the street as the joint still burns. A cigarette, he thinks to himself. A half stick of dynamite, maybe? As he watches it, he isn't sure if it is smoking in the dark. He thinks about how another vehicle may drive past and the bomb would go off underneath the car. There were kids in the woods on the other side of the street, and if they ran, he would look like the culprit. Maybe the person would get out of the car and shoot him. Then he wondered about where it would hit the car, the middle, the front, the back. If the car was going fast enough, they may be able to pass it and have no damage done to it. Perhaps they would see it and speed things up, he wondered. A car came, and it turned out to be a Kit Kat wrapper. He saw it as it blew further down the street. Smoked, he lights a cigarette. A car drives by with angry-sounding sounds. Rap, he guessed. As it came closer, he noticed the bass as no less. He lights the lighter, and the dark vehicle cruises past. He imagined that it made a cool silhouette as he lit a cigarette. He wondered if the passers-by interpreted his act as an act of aggression. He had watched them intently as they passed. He thought, they are thinking, I can hit him on the way by. They will drive back by and look me in the eye and shoot and pass. He thought, this is right where I started the day, sitting here with a cigarette. He holds his neck where there was something swollen, and thinks about how things grow on him. A car is coming from the opposite direction as the noisy vehicle earlier. It has noisiness also. As it passes, he realizes they aren't going to shoot. He thinks of something to write down, and he takes all of his things and goes in to finish his cigarette as he writes. That night, He smoked many cigarettes, and the next morning didn't get up. At about 6 p.m., someone enters to find him. Some kind of brain tumor exploded or something. I wonder how they judged him and where he went, if anywhere. The end. Well, guys, that's all we have for this week's episode. I'm really glad you visited, and I hope you enjoyed that rather interesting story. I think for you guys who are fans of psychology, you could probably go through and make a list of all of the particular terms for these disturbances. Please feel free to submit that down below. I'd be interested in seeing that list. Well, I guess that's it for me. Until next time, try to enjoy things that make sense. My name is Edgar, and this is Mystcon. Have a creepy day.